In the Marvel Cinematic Universe, some characters only appeared for a few minutes. Many viewers don't even remember their names, but the powers and lore behind them are strong enough to change the entire universe. In today's video, we're diving into some of the most underrated hidden characters in Marvel movies.
How powerful is the Scarlet Witch? In Avengers Endgame, Wanda Maximoff had already demonstrated terrifying levels of power. Against Thanos wielding 4 Infinity Stones, she was able to hold him off while simultaneously destroying the Mind Stone on Vision. And in their second confrontation, she didn't just resist him, she overwhelmed him. She tore apart his armor and destroyed his weapon, forcing even Thanos into a defensive position. If not for outside interference, the outcome of that battle could have been very different. But Wanda's abilities go far beyond raw combat strength. She can literally rewrite reality. In WandaVision, when Wanda's emotions completely collapse, she unconsciously unleashes chaos magic on a massive scale. In an instant, she creates the entire town of Westview. Inside that reality, everything obeys her will. Day can be switched to night, time can be reset. Even people's lives and identities can be rewritten entirely. But even that wasn't her limit. After gaining access to dark magic in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, her power increases dramatically. She storms the Kamar-Taj alone, overpowering it on her own. Even against Doctor Strange and multiple sorcerers working together, she dominates the battlefield. And even when trapped inside mirror dimension-style constructs, she doesn't just break free, she turns the rules against her opponents and uses them to counterattack. Why isn't Apocalypse an Omega-level mutant? As one of the most iconic villains in X-Men, Apocalypse has existed for over 3,000 years. He extends his life by transferring his consciousness into new bodies, gaining new powers along the way. So why isn't he classified as an Omega-level mutant? First, you need to understand what Omega-level really means. In X-Men, it doesn't simply mean the strongest. It refers to mutants with unlimited potential. However, while Apocalypse possesses a wide range of abilities, each of those powers has a ceiling. This is clearly shown in X-Men Apocalypse. When he faces high-level telepaths, his mind control abilities are directly overpowered by Professor X. And in front of Jean Grey's Phoenix Force, his entire power system is easily broken through. Second, Apocalypse's powers are not purely innate. He is more like a collector. By absorbing and combining the abilities of other mutants, he builds his own combat system over time. But that's exactly the issue. Omega-level classification is based on natural, inherent potential. Apocalypse's strength comes from accumulation, taking, merging, and even enhancing powers through external means and technology. Because of that, his abilities are considered augmented, not truly limitless on their own, which is why he doesn't meet the Omega-level standard. Do you know just how powerful Namor really is? Namor isn't just an ordinary underwater warrior. He is a hybrid of human and Atlantean blood, and he is also the king of Atlantis. What makes Namor stand out the most is his physical ability. He has a pair of wings on his ankles, giving him the extremely rare power of flight. And as a descendant of royal blood, his strength is far beyond that of ordinary Atlanteans. Especially underwater, his speed and explosive power can rise to a terrifying level. What makes him even more dangerous is his weapon. Namor's weapon isn't just a normal spear. It can work together with his ocean-based power to create massive waves, summon storms, and even trigger tsunami-level disasters. In Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Namor appears as an antagonist. He not only severely damages Wakanda, but also directly causes Queen Ramonda's death. But Namor does have one fatal limitation: water. His power depends heavily on the ocean. The longer he stays away from water, the worse his physical condition becomes. Although his hybrid nature allows him to survive both on land and underwater, if he stays on land for too long, his strength, speed, and healing ability will all clearly decline. Do you know just how powerful Ghost really is? Ghost first appeared in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Her powers don't come from mutant genes or some high-tech suit of armor. They came from a quantum accident. So how strong is she really? First, she has physical immunity. Because Ghost's body exists in a quantum state, any solid attack would theoretically pass right through her. She can even ignore physical barriers and move through walls, meaning there's almost nowhere that can actually hold her. This makes Ghost one of the best infiltrators in the entire galaxy. Second, her fighting style is terrifying. In close combat, Ghost can phase out to dodge an enemy's attack, then solidify her arm at the exact moment she throws a punch. The second she lands the hit, she can turn intangible again. That makes her attacks nearly impossible to block. On top of that, when she moves, she creates after images and high-frequency noise, disrupting her opponent's vision and hearing. So against fighters like Black Widow or Hawkeye, Ghost would be almost impossible to counter. But despite how dangerous her powers are, Ghost has one fatal weakness: her body is breaking down. For Ghost, every fight is basically tearing her cells apart. If she doesn't replenish her quantum energy in time, she could completely disappear. And if an enemy creates a device that can disrupt quantum energy, Ghost would lose all of her powers.